Hey traders, Raghee here, and I'm going to walk you through a trade that we took this morning and talk a bit about targets and the importance of understanding the price movement ranges, not only on short-term intraday, but longer term as well, and how these historical price movement ranges help pinpoint where your stops, and in this case, I'm going to talk specifically about exit targets, your profit targets, how to place them without being too greedy, but also without smothering your trade. And this all starts with an alert that went out to the folks over at Simpler Futures, and it was a trade that happened right in here. And this was a buy trigger through 71.55, and that was the alert that went out. In fact, let me show you the alert here real quick. Okay, so this alert was exactly this. Here you go. This is verbatim what got sent out to members. And that is it was a 5-minute July crude buy. This is your buy stop entry, stop loss, target, and it's an intraday, we call it a wave reversal buy. And then I include a setup chart. And that actually might be kind of interesting to everybody here, just to show you what that setup chart was. So you can click on the app, or if you're in the chat room, you can actually click on that link and it'll bring up the actual chart image that I captured with, much of the notes. And so once that comes up, what you've got is a view of the setup from my screen. And you could save these, and I think they're fantastic learning charts. So this is what it looked like this morning. And I sent it out saying, hey, this is the 71, I think it was at 53 at the time. And then actually, they had a lot of time to take this because it was flirting with our level, and then it kind of came down, and then it took a little while, and I'll show you when it actually finally triggered. But we sent this out, and then this thing finally triggered. Like I said, it took its sweet time. It triggered about 10 minutes after the alert came out. So the alerts, I try to give everyone at least 10 to 30 minutes of a heads up, because everyone needs to get the alert. It's pushed instantly. And so then you need a minute to take a look at it, look at the levels, put in the order, right? I realize it's a process, so I try to give you guys at least 10 to 30 minutes of a heads up. So that followed through. And this is where the price movement ranges are so important, because one of the things that I taught in the Futures Freedom class was how do you, at the early levels of your trading, or even as you mature as a trader, I'm coming in on 30 plus years at this. So I'm still using this, which is understanding price movement range by way of a historical tendency for a market to move in a specific way, not only day to day, but even hour to hour. So my price movement range expectations for a 9 or 10 o'clock a.m. trade in crude is very different than if I take it pretty much any other time of day. And what happens are traders will use kind of a historic volatility look, where if you're catching the market at, say, noon or 1, and your volatility analysis was factoring in all of this, your targets and your prices are going to be thrown, and you're going to be looking at data that was affected by this, when in reality, the price movement range has dropped dramatically. So rather than there being like a rolling price movement, I want individual breakdowns of what historical price movement ranges are. And that's the value in this. It's very different than any other tool that you've probably ever used before. And by the way, it's free, and I show members how to get it. I love this tool. It's a tool that we're in every single day, and it is a free tool. It will absolutely be a sea change in your trading. It is absolutely a tool that's so new, I think, to the marketplace. Most people don't know what to do with it, and it will absolutely be a positive change for your trading. So our first target, based on that very study, on that tool, that graph, gave us a 71.90. Now, after we projected that, we also realized that there is an hourly and also a daily upside target. And so once the market starts moving in your favor, we transition to a trailing stop. And one of the things that I do is I'll send out video updates, short 5-minute video updates throughout the day. And I'll also push that through the alert. So you'll not only get an alert like I just showed you, but you'll also get the video alert. And in the video alert, I talked about, hey, there are some other targets. Let's trail a stop. You should be at break even at worst case. And then we just continue to manage this for, you know, what at this point is still an open trade as I talk to you. A lot of these markets that we trade on the futures side, and the ones that I like to focus on, are 24-hour markets. And if you can manage these things with that kind of outlook, you know, this really now becomes a trade that I'll manage right into the Asian session with now a 72.45 stop, which locks in nearly an entire point of gains just from this morning. So quick update on how we do it and, you know, what you're looking for. And really those price movement ranges are magical. I'll see you in the next update.